morning, YouTube. It's me, your girl Rhonda, getting prepared this morning for work. I just have on a basic outfit. Got a little nice pair of pants, shoes, little outfit. Oops, getting prepared for the kids this morning. Um, guess I did something to it. Today I have a something I want to talk about. I was in my morning devotion when I just started thinking about some of the things that I've been through and some of the things that I'm overcoming, and how I can't get any light here, and how I'm kind of proud of myself. I started thinking about when a woman, when she starts dealing with her, you know, a lot of times women don't know their own strength until they're put in a position where they have to use it. I'll tell any type of woman to never underestimate these situations that you're going through, um, and don't fight against them. Don't resist them. Fight through them, because what you're doing is when you're fighting through them, you're building muscle that you may not understand that you may need at a later date. There's a song that we used to sing in church. Uh, I think Daryl Coley led it, and it was called "He's Preparing Me." He's preparing me for something that I can't handle right now. He's making me ready just because he cares. He provided me with what I need to carry out the next matter in my life. God is preparing me for, and that's what happens. I'll tell any type of man that when you meet your woman, ask her her story. If she comes to you and say, I went through a whole lot, and if it hadn't been for so and so getting me out of this, or if it hadn't been for so and so getting me out of this, you may have a chance if you don't plan on treating her right. But if she comes to you and says, yeah, I've been through a lot over the years, I've made some mistakes, and I took what was handed to me, and when I didn't like it, I had to change it, and I had to dig myself out of some ditches. If it had not been for the help of the Lord and people that He may have sent in position to assist me, then that may, I never would have came through this. If you've got the first woman that says, you know what, somebody had to pull me out, you may have a chance. But if you got a woman that says, no, I went through this, I had babies to feed or myself to feed or what have you, and I had no other choice but to make it happen, and you meet her and she's got herself together, always know this: those muscles are still there. In the midst of you being with her, you may think you breaking her, but those muscles never lose memory. And one day, she's going to wake up and realize that she still has that strength on the inside of her. But what she was prepared for was a task that you were about to send her through. So not only is she coming out of this, she's coming out even stronger, because each time she comes through a test and she comes through something, the battle gets stronger on the other side. You have to understand, if God sends you a Goliath, that means He knows there's a David on the inside of you. He knows that you are going to conquer it. I don't know who said that, but that was so awesome when they said it. I was like, oh, I believe it. If I got a battle this huge, that means there's something on the inside of me that drew this. And and God has put something on the inside of me to be able to conquer it. If you find a woman that has went to an area of not being a victim, but a victor, then that's an issue too. That means she understands what happens on the other side. She understands that she can't hold unforgiveness. She understands that when she looks in the mirror, she has to do self-work. She understands that when she looks at you, the things that you did to her were because you were hurt yourself. So she can go in and she can release you from that. A woman that is willing to forgive you for the things that you have done is another thing. If you got a woman that's constantly saying, if he hadn't did this to me, I wouldn't be here. If he hadn't did this, if he hadn't done that, you may have a chance with somebody like that. But if you got somebody that's saying, you know what, he was broken too, we just couldn't work together. That's a woman who didn't leave you for somebody else. That's a woman who left you for herself, or who is getting things together for herself. Never underestimate the power of a woman that has the strength on the inside and the God on the inside of her to be able to withstand any battle. Sometimes women, I want to encourage you, you may think, why does life keep handing me this? Why does this keep happening? Understand this, that at times we don't understand while it's there, but we just know this. Every second and every moment that we don't get through it, I'm not saying get over it, I'm saying get through it. Every second that we don't get through it, a part of the generation is dying. There's life on the inside of you. And God knew that you were going to be the one that would be able to carry it and be strong to fight for other people. Because if he didn't, you wouldn't have been going through the test that you're going through. Every day that you are in a pity party, a generation is losing something because you have it on the inside of you. You have your testimony. You have your story. You have that some young woman is out there looking, I need help. And you have a testimony. And you may even have substance that can help her on her way, just to kind of lead her and let her know, you know what, you're going in the right direction. I'll tell anybody, if your world fell apart, thank God. Because if your world fell apart, and you'll realize that it's probably on to something next. Draw from it. Find out what is on the inside of you. You may be stronger than what you really, 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 really think. But for men, before you sit down and you become, if you're used to being a player and you get ready to get connected to a woman, ask her story. You just may be surprised. If she tells you, all my life, every time I got into something, somebody got me out of it, you're her candidate. But that because you can play in her field. But if you get a woman that says, I got in this situation and I understood what I needed to do to get out, and now I'm on the rise again. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. You know what? I forgive. I let go of my past. I'm looking for the future. I'm looking for a great day. You know what? I can still hold it down. I don't want to have any bitterness or anything. That person may not be for you. You can't handle that. That ain't called she just an overly independent or she just a strong woman. No, she did what she had to do. She built muscle. And there's a man out there that can handle that can appreciate that and respect that. Boys can't handle women. And one thing I would say is this, you know what, women, do not ever underestimate the power that is on the inside of you. And if you are a praying woman and you know how to get a breakthrough, you're really a danger. You're danger to society. You're danger to the enemy's camp, to his kingdom. You are a danger. But one thing about it is you're an asset to everybody around that would need your help. When I lay down at night, or as it's getting cold outside, and I take my dog out, and it's been going on for years upon years upon years, I think about all of the people that are homeless and are laying out with whole families. It could be mother, father, a couple of kids, babies, single moms with their kids, single dads with their kids. And I'm outside with my coat on, and I can leave the door open when I'm walking the dog and run back into the heat and drink something warm. But these people are laying under bridges all night long or something like that. And I think about my situations at times, and I'm like, if I give myself if I stay in a pity party, how am I going to be able to be a blessing to people like that? That is what I desire to do. I desire to take in, have homes, and for the homeless, and shelters for their family and everything, and then also for them to be treated with dignity. Sometimes people, they're not trying to beat the system. They've fallen down on hard times, economy, things have happened. There's been mental illness in the family, depression, somebody's lost a job, didn't know how to get out of it. And they're just going through hard times. They're not trying to beat the system. And then I want to be in a position to be able to understand and identify, because I can see it enough, those that are trying to beat the system. Those that are trying to beat the system are those who always had a hand out. Somebody was always there to rescue them. Those that sometimes fall on hard times and need the system, they're the ones that know how to take, and they get low and they can pull themselves on up out of their bootstraps, by their bootstraps, and be able to make things happen. But sometimes they just need a hand to help them out. They're not trying to use a system to take care of them. So I want to be a blessing to them. But if I'm so concerned about my feelings and me being a victim all the time, I can't help people like that because I'm busy nursing my wounds. So what I've learned to do is, there's declarations, there's affirmations, there's praying, and there's just stripping away, dealing with fears and dealing with strongholds, dealing with all of those. And more than anything, dealing with forgiveness. Like I said, forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. They say unforgiveness is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. I can't deal with years of unforgiveness, holding somebody, waiting for them to receive their karma or whatever, just to make me feel good. No, because 9 times out of 10, the way that it's been for me, I'm usually the one that when they get their karma, that God puts me in a position to help them out because I feel empathy for them. So I'm like, let me just let it go all the way and forgive. Forgiveness is very, 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 very important, and it's very powerful. So if you're learning to forgive, the first person that you're going to forgive more than anything is forgive yourself. You always forgive yourself. And I do this thing, I can't remember, it's called Ho'oponopono, well, it's something from Hawaii. And what they used to do is they used to bring the tribes together, and say if one tribe offended another, they bring all the tribes together, and they would say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And what that is I'm sorry for the offense. Please forgive me, because whatever was going on in me, I really didn't mean it. Thank you for even allowing me to be a part of your life. And when it's all said and done, I love you. And with me, I can say I love you with the love of Jesus. So learn to forgive. Learn to set your imperfect people free. And realize this. There's laws of attraction also. Don't assume that the situations that have showed up in your life came because you didn't call for them. A lot of times we're going through things and we're dealing with things, and we send a vibration out, we send a frequency out, and it just so happens to be we call those things in, and we don't realize it. So what we'll do is look at is, how did that get here? What were you dealing with when you drew that situation? And what it causes you to be is conscious of the things that are going on in your mind. So I just want to encourage you today to just understand that, women, you have something on the inside of you that's strong, very strong, never underestimate it. And today, take some time, whether you're male or female watching this, take some time and forgive. It is very important that you truly forgive, because if you don't forgive others their debts, how can you be forgiven yours? So just know that you got a lot of work to accomplish. You got a lot of things that it's time to do, and it's a lot of people that are depending on you, people that you may not even know. You may not even meet these people until you get to heaven, and they come up to you and they say, You were the one when I was going through my darkest hour. God placed it on your heart to give a donation, or He placed it on your heart to do something. And I went on about my life. And now it's over, but somehow I remember you. So just be encouraged. Know that you matter. And have an awesome day. I'm going to go with the kiddies today. And we've got our work that we're going to do. And have an awesome day. Bye-bye.